Can you elaborate a little bit about how code in place maybe enhanced your day-to-day work life or how you do things in other fields?
Right. So code in place, right? Primarily, it teaches you Python, but I also felt that during my journey, it teaches you how to program, teaches you how to think about addressing a problem. How do you solve it? Like with the example of Carol, right? You gotta figure out a way. How do you put those beepers in place to solve a problem? And you can approach it in multiple ways. But what I really loved about coding place, right? It kind of teaches you to think like, how can we do it a bit better? How can we do it with a few little steps? Is this the best approach? Is there another approach? And that also opened my mind that you could approach a problem in multiple ways. Sometimes the first solution may not be the best solution, so you iterate and you try to get better at it. So in terms of my day-to-day life, for example, we use a lot of Google stuff. That's what our organization's based out of. And so we're using Gmail and Google Sheets and Calendar and all of that. So some of the simplest automations that we've been able to do is, for example, say someone has submitted a form, Google form, and you want to send the responses to another person. Like, for example, it can be as simple as a leave application. Because we are a startup, we're not using fancy HR software as of now, but I do want to keep track of the employees who are taking leaves. Their line managers need to know that. So you just submit a regular form and we have a simple code in the background which does the job of sending the email to the right recipient. So that's such a simple example, but it really solved a very manual task that our HR team was doing, which was going through emails and trying to keep track of who's taking leave when and where, which was really not the best use of their time. So those are like just one example of how knowing a little bit of code can help solve a very simple problem.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.